Okay, evening everyone. Just wanted to give a brief overview of the layout that I have so far. It's a shelf layout. It's 48 inches off the deck. It's planned to be a two-story or a double-decker. And this is the way I was thinking when I was designing it. So this is done in AnyRail. I wanted to have a canal because I wanted to represent the Burlington Canal in the Hamilton area in Ontario. And this is my first stab at it. So basically what I got is around 3 walls, and I think it ranges from about 24 inches or 27 inches in depth, running along the left to right, and then it narrows down to 15 inches on each side. So I was just trying to preserve some of the room, and just keep it tight to the wall, as well as being able to reach in the corners. So that was my first design. I do want to preserve the ability to run trains as well as do some switching. So the thing that leads off here to the right is a loop, either going to a helix leading down to the first level, or is just a simple one loop return, which will require an AR1 just to get the trains coming back in a different direction. And also wanted a fiddle yard to store everything. Don't have any hidden staging, so everything's going to be on the layout. I do like the idea of having water, so there's the water feature there. Also wanted to do some bridging. So yeah, that's why I introduced the canal. And industries, I guess, would be dispersed around this layout, or this upper level. So I found a few things that didn't really work on this design, so I moved on to the next. And the main difference here is that I put the canal on an angle, and that actually helped a little bit in the corner here, giving me a larger radius corner. And that was the main change I made with this one. However, it was still pretty tight, and it didn't really look normal. It looked a bit awkward, so I quickly scrapped that one. I'll get rid of that one. And then I started getting a little bit more close to my design. So this is showing a bit more detail. I haven't filled in the fiddle yard on this one, but I do have the introduced ability of a scissor Y there, which is all highlighted. That's going to cause some problems with shorting out. But this allows me to turn, I guess, an 8-foot train completely in the other direction. So I can come in off the fiddle yard, go around here, leave myself down the line here. I think that's about 10 feet long. And then I can come back in here and go halfway up the first loop here and come back the other direction. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then the other one obviously has the loop here going around. And in this design, it was actually for kind of like a switchback, going and slowly raising elevation and coming back this way. Having thought about that, it's 27 inches here and about 18 inches here, and it was just too much track, so I scrapped that idea. Still kept the angled canal. So finally moving on, getting into more of what I finally, well, actually this isn't even final either, because as I built it, I ended up making changes. But what we have here is we still have our scissor Y. I ended up making up my own double crossover, just with four switches, and I think it was like a 19-degree crossing in the middle. And then I ended up I ended up splitting this bridge into two single track bridges, one coming up here and leading into a double slip, so I could get over to industries in the corner, as well as any potential industries down this line here. And it also gave me a nice long yard lead as well when I crossed the main, which is not a good idea, but do what you got to do. Anyway, so this design is pretty much what I've built, and it still has this return loop here. So this is the elevated portion, and then I lose 3.5 inches as I go around and come back through a tunnel here. And then I can either take the main line here or head into the yard. So that's what I built. Anyway, this video is just meant to be about my thinking and my design approach. And I will follow up with another video of actually what I built. So thanks very much.